Hi friends, Prepared Suburbanite here. You know, I visit a number of websites during the week when I'm surfing and getting my news and watching YouTube videos pretty much on a daily basis. And one of the more popular things that's out there is the columns and the forums and the posts that talk about what did you do to prep this week. Well, we spent quite a bit of money and quite a bit of time prepping this week, and I want to go over what we accomplished. So stick with us. All right, let's get started. Wanted to just keep up with my promise to myself for the food preps that we're doing, and I said on a weekly basis I was going to spend about $10 on food preps that I can put up and store up for the eventual stuff that's about to happen. So what we picked up this week was a 12-pack of beef ramen noodles, a bag of dry pinto beans, a bag of Great Northern beans, that's 2 pounds. The pinto beans are 4 pounds. We got 3 packs of low sodium chunk light tuna in a package that's sealed up. It's the use by date, best by date is April of 2019, so it should keep for a couple of weeks anyway. Picked up a couple of flavoring packs for the rice, just Lipton vegetable soup, and the tried and trusty Clif Bars. So together the food preps turned out to be $28.07, which is about 20% of our normal, maybe 20% of our total weekly grocery shopping bill. We'll be back at the grocery store next week for some additionals on that. Now, we also spent a little bit of time and a little bit of money on our bug out location. I had a number of widowmaker trees that were littering the area where we want to put our shed. And I knew that those widowmakers had to come down, and they were hung up in such a fashion that I couldn't cut them down. So I had to use a come-along, which I did not have. I had one years ago, not even sure what happened to it. I think it probably ended up getting sold in a rummage sale when we moved in years past. So I went to Tractor Supply and picked up a new come-along here, which you can see. I'm not going to go through it. There's a whole bunch of videos out there, but it really did come in handy for pulling those deadfalls down and those widowmakers down so that we could manage to get them down, get them cut up, and make that place where we're going to put our cabin a little bit more safe. So we picked that up, and I got a flyer in the mail from Tractor Supply, and Tractor Supply had one of those really nifty discount coupons on some 5/16 truckers chain, which I needed to wrap around the tree. I've got a chain that I carry in the Jeep all the time, but I needed a second one to either wrap around the tree or wrap around a solid tree to get the come-along to work. So together, these two things cost $54.98 plus a little bit of tax. Absolutely necessary for the work that we've got to be doing up there. It's kind of a lifetime investment with a decent grade come-along and a trucker's chain. You're not going to wear it out after 1 or 2 uses, so it's a permanent investment, and we got it. The other couple of odd things that we did was for our defense. And as you know, in a previous video, my wife bought me an AR-15 for my birthday. Well, that's all well and good. We have had a chance to shoot it. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun to shoot. My wife loves it. We had a great time at the bug out location. Just kind of getting used to it, playing with it a little bit, had a great time with it. So in addition to that, I wanted to pick up the TRS-25 from Bushnell, a red dot sight, which comes in this box. And honest to goodness, there's at least 100 unboxing videos and how to use videos on this TRS-25. I've got $96 invested in this, and this particular model comes with a high-rise mount. So we're going to try the high-rise mount. I'm not convinced that that's going to complement my style of shooting or my wife's style of shooting. So I also spent an extra $10 on the mid-rise mount to see which one we like the best, to see which one's going to work for us best. It's worth, I think, that extra $10 to be able to try both the high-rise and the medium-rise, so that we've got the right sight through that and that we feel comfortable with it. So we'll be playing with this over time. And I may take you along on that. In order to sight those in, well, gee, I needed to have a few extra Magpul mags. We went to the Dixie Gun Show yesterday, spent pretty much a total of 4.5 hours there. And the place was absolutely mobbed. I think it was the highest attended Dixie Gun Show that I've been to in years, probably since the second time that the public backed up the Titanic and rammed the iceberg when we elected our current president. I think folks are really nervous about what may be coming in the coming election, and the turnout at the gun show was just astronomical. There was a lot of good deals there, and you do have to shop around for them in those gun shows, because there's prices that are just kind of all over the place. We found one of the vendors that had the PMag AR-15 magazines for $11. And walked up to her booth right at the very beginning, did the pricing there, and then wandered through the whole building, and 3 hours later couldn't find a better deal anywhere. They were ranging anywhere from 12, 13, 14. We saw them as high as 16. They did have a few out there that had the windows on the side so that you could tell how many rounds you've got already loaded and all that, but they seem to be a lot more expensive. So I got the PMags, got 4 of them, $11 a piece, $44 invested in that. Picked up another 55 caliber ammo box that's going to be storing the ammunition for the AR-15. And as I normally do, and I've got a number of other 50 caliber ammo boxes lined up, but I label each one and try to keep all the ammo separate. So I've got one for the 22, I've got one for the 12 gauge shotgun, I've got a couple for the 9mm handguns, and I labeled this one for the AR-15, the 5.56 in 62 grain, which is what we decided to go with and shoot as a consistent round out of the AR-15. So I've got the box ready, and now we just got to start filling it. I've been buying the small boxes, 120 round boxes here and there wherever I can find them on sale, and we're just going to keep filling this box up with that and the extra rounds. In addition, and in order to keep the AR safe as possible when we have to take it along with us, is I picked up the Uncle Mike's AR-15 tactical rifle case. Now there's absolutely nothing special about this except the price is less than 30 bucks. Padded on the inside, it's got 5 pockets for magazines on the side. It's got a carry handle and it's got a carry strap. And that's pretty much it. The draw for me was that it was less than $30. When we were at Harbor Freight, no, when we were at Tractor Supply, they had these in their clearance rack. It's a 4 handgun rack that you can put in your gun safe and stack your handguns just like that, all 4 of them in there, set them up on the shelf. So it was $5. So altogether, unless I missed something, I've got $197.31 involved in our defensive preps for this week. Now, we generally don't spend $200 every week on our defense preps, but because I just got the AR-15, I wanted to invest in it, and I wanted to make sure we had it safe, and I just picked this up on a lark. Also at, oh yeah, and the targets that they had for sale at the gun show, picked up a 10-pack of these, I think, for $6.50. So 65 cents a target, and I got a lot of extra cardboard and stuff downstairs, so we're going to be putting together some targets to take up to the bug out location so that we can shoot them. On a lark, a couple of other things that we stumbled into. Tractor Supply had these hip flasks on sale. They're normally $5. They had them on sale for $2.99. So I picked up 2 of them. And I had one that I think we found at a grocery store or something that was $5 all by itself. And I put vegetable oil in that and put it in one of the bug out bags. Or get home bags. I think it's a bug out bag. Anyway, so because these were only $3, picked up 2 of them. We're going to put, and already have put, olive oil in one, and some medicinal purpose only moonshine that I happened to procure from a friend of a friend, and got that to go along. One of the commenters on a previous video said that I should put Jack Daniels in there, and I asked Jack if he wanted to try to squeeze into there, and he said no. But it's all done for morale purposes, and there couldn't really be anything any more fun than having a good stiff drink after a tough day after the S hits the fan. So I'm going to take the moonshine along with us. And also, just for fun, we walked by one of the gun show booths and picked up for my wife a Condor baseball cap. And for $20 you get the cap and 3 morale patches. So I picked up this one that's got the North Carolina state flag on it. And that's what's on there now because it color coordinates apparently the right way for my wife. And I got the Revolutionary 3 for one of my hats, this one or one of the bug out bags or wherever, just a morale patch. The number 3 surrounded by a circle of 13 stars. Just as a bit of history, what that 3 represents was that there was only 3% of the population that was actively involved in the Revolutionary War. And that 3% included all the troops that fought, all the politicians that were involved, all the folks like Paul Revere and George Washington and you name it. But the lesson with the 3 and the 3% was that that's really all it took to defeat the world's largest army and truly create our independence for the colonies back in the late 1700s. So 3%. Don't forget, we may have to do it again. And I picked up a Blue Lives Matter flag morale patch that I think is going to look great on our new bug out bags. It's the right color, and I think it's going to be the right message to send if we ever have to use those bug out bags. So let's see, what did I forget? A couple of things that we had to make a trip last week to visit my wife's brother on some family business kind of stuff, and I wanted to make sure that I asked him if he had 3/8 or 1/4 inch steel plates, 2 foot by 2 foot square. And he's kind of a hoarder. I guess kind of is a nice way to put it. He's a hoarder. He keeps everything. And it doesn't matter, he knows exactly where it is. So I said, if you got a piece maybe 2 foot by 2 foot, 1/4 inch or maybe even 3/8 steel. He said, yeah, you go right down by my mailbox down there and you'll see there's a plate of it just kind of laying there in the grass. Said, you can have that one. So I went down, picked it up, perfectly good shape, been sitting out for God knows how long, out in the elements. It was a little bit rusty. Threw it in the back of the Jeep. We came back, spent an hour or so with it, cleaning the rust off of it, and bought a can of primer spray paint for it. Spray painted both sides, got it all ready to go to serve as a backdrop and a bullet stop for our targets at our bug out location. Anyway, that's really all I've got to report for this week. I think these kinds of videos are kind of fun, and I just wanted to say thanks to all my subscribers, and thanks to the folks that are watching my videos for the first time. I'd like to invite you to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like to see these videos keep coming at you. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always. Out for now.